So last time, we met, we set a goal, that 80% of the students who were observing the project would be able to find the theme. So this, time when we meet, I'm gonna go over with you a checklist, that we're gonna hopefully, use to help go through the teaching strategy of using Google Slides with the kids as they make the project. Okay, so the first thing is for us to go over when we do the expectations for Google Slide project presentation. That would be a rubric for the kids that they would follow, and also what the students who were observing would do while they were presenting the project.
Okay.
And then I could show you a lyric site where the kids could find lyrics. I also, I have some options for the kids. Maybe it might be good for them to choose from certain
I
songs.
think so with that class. I
Yeah.
think that would be the best idea.
And they could choose from certain list. That would be a good list
Very
to
good.
find a theme.
Yes,
And then that way it gives them some kind of choice to
right.
on what lyrics to choose from. And then as far as Google Slides, just, opening up Google Slides, creating a title, sharing the project with their teammates and also with you. And I always tell the kids that when they share it, even if they edit it, you can still see the edits
Okay.
as they edit it. So they always think when they share it right away that they're not gonna be able to change anything. And then just creating a theme for the Google Slide presentation, whatever theme that they want, they could kind of have some free reign of that. A site that I use to safely find images, because sometimes when you search on Google Images, they're not always appropriate.
Correct.
Inserting those into Google Slides to represent whatever song that they have chosen. And then, again, the expectations for the classmates while they're not presenting.
Good.
And then just throughout, just to make sure that 80% of the students who are observing the project are able to find it, continually assessing the extent to which the students are acting consistently with the expectations, both the project students working on the project and the ones that are just observing, okay?
Great.
So do you want to add anything, change anything? This would just be kind of a checklist as far as the learning part of.
And I think it sounds great. You've hit everything when they're when they're preparing it, when they're presenting, and when they're being in the audience. I think
Okay.
that sounds great.
All right, so there's a couple of different options as far as an approach to modeling that we can choose from. I could do it with the students or without the students. I could show you without the students. We could do it together, or you could watch a video of me doing it. So which one do you think would be best to for you to
I think
learn?
because of our time restraints and all, it would probably be better if you teach me, and then then that will help me learn how to do it for them.
Okay, so when would you like to do that?
How about tomorrow morning about this time?
Okay, that works for me. All right. See,
So we're gonna
thank
start-
you, by just kind of going through the checklist
Okay.
here. So I thought with the expectations for the Google Slide project presentation, we could kind of start like giving the kid, you could give the kids an outline. You can look there, and it just says, like, in 6th grade language arts, we've been talking about theme and how to find theme in short stories and novels. Your project will be to pick a song from the list of suggested songs and create a Google Slide presentation on the theme of your song. Below is information on how your slides should be organized and how they'll be graded. You'll be presenting your slides to the class. And I thought, and you can change any of this because I'm going to share it with you in just a second, that you could do slide 1 is the title slide.
Okay.
Okay, include the name of your song, the singer's name, and the names of each member of your group. And then 2, type the lyrics to your song, and then the website will be provided where they can find the lyrics. And on the document that I'll show you in just a second, it's on there. List the keywords of your song that will help your classmates try to figure out what the theme is.
Good.
So before they even say what the theme is, they kinda like when you guys did the tree, so
Mhm.
maybe the other classmates can have a copy of that tree again.
Okay.
That they could, help them maybe do the keywords, so they can try to figure out what the theme is. And then the last slide before they show them, let the classmates try to figure out, list the theme of the song and include
Okay.
some images that represent your song, okay? And then this is the, kind of like an idea of a rubric.
Mhm.
Make sure that the name of your song, your artist, and the lyrics are provided. The keywords and images to represent your song's theme are provided. The theme of your song is correctly identified. And then the last part is that grammar and presentation skills such as keeping eye contact with the audience and speaking loud enough for everyone to hear. Everyone must speak at some point. And participation. Try to determine the theme of your classmates' songs when you're not
I like that,
presenting.
the accountability.
Yes.
You have to pay attention, that's great.
Okay, so on the document, as far as the Google slide presentation rubric, I'm gonna share what I just showed you
Okay,
with you. And then the lyric, song lyric options, okay? So, and you can add some songs. I just threw
I mean,
in,
that's great.
threw
That looks
in
great.
some songs, and then, you can share this with them on Google Classroom,
Okay.
and, that way they can just click right on those links. So this is the site they can use to find the lyrics, and the site that they can use to safely find.
Right, yes.
Images.
Yes, very good. Okay, so you've sent that to me on slides or?
I'm gonna
Google
share this with
Classroom
you.
or
This
where?
is on Google Docs, so I'm just gonna share this with you too. That way you can edit anything that you wanna do as far as adding a song or taking one away
Mhm,
or,
mhm.
or whatever. Those were just some that I thought would be a good start. Okay, so on the slides, are you in?
Go to Google Docs.
Okay, so if you go right here on the waffle, that's what I call it,
Uh-huh.
and you go to slides.
Oh, you said, okay, so you said it's in Docs. You said you sent it to Docs, you meant slides.
Well, I sent the documents on the theme,
Okay.
project guidelines and the lyric on Google Docs, but the slides is where they're gonna create
Okay,
their,
okay. Sure. How do I get it to
project.
come up on my Docs?
the ones I just
Uh-huh,
sent you.
yeah.
So if you go back to your drive, right there. Shared with
Oh, okay,
me,
then you do that, you do
We-
the same.
right here, shared with me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they
Okay.
are, thank you.
All right, so if we look at, so that was the expectations for the Google Slide project presentation, and the lyric site is on that.
Right, okay.
Document.
Good.
Okay, so as far as the third item, opening Google Slides,
Mhm.
so if you just tell them to go to, I always just say go to the waffle.
Right.
There could be a different grid here.
Mhm.
If they'll go to that, and then they just go to
Right.
the blank.
Uh-huh.
And then they can make sure they put a title right there where it says untitled
Uh-huh.
presentation.
Okay.
And then I always tell the kids, because they always think that when they share it, that if they make any edits, that it's not gonna,
Mhm.
it's just gonna be what they shared at
Right.
that point. So I always have them do that first, the sharing part, because.
Oh,
then-
go ahead and share it.
Yeah, because then they'll, may forget, or
Mhm.
you can kind of see on your end too, what they're working on,
Mhm.
if you have them go ahead and share it. So I always start by having them share it with you and also with their group. Like whatever group that they have, like if Alonzo works with Ray or
Mhm.
whatever.
So you think I should put them in groups to do this?
Yeah.
Do them in a group? Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So you use your best judgment
Right,
on
right.
who you think might work well together.
Uh-huh.
so there's 8, so maybe 4 groups.
Right, sure, right. Mhm.
So I have them, that way, if they share with each other,
Mhm.
then both people in the group
Right.
can add it at the same time,
Uh-huh.
okay? So that's kind of like the first one, just opening up,
Mhm.
creating a title, sharing it,
Mhm.
and then they can kind of have some creative, whatever they want to do for the theme, some
Mhm.
creative, right here, on themes. They can go down through here and pick any of these themes to just make their presentation,
Oh, okay, Okay.
more appealing
Okay.
and pretty.
right, okay,
So
great.
these are all, that should pop right up.
Sure, it did on mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
If for some reason that doesn't pop up on their Chromebooks,
Mhm.
then you can get
Right
it right there
there.
to
Okay.
change things.
Okay.
Okay, so, then on the other document, I safely finding images.
Mhm. Very
Okay.
important, yeah.
So on the one where, this one,
Mhm.
just so you can see the
Mhm.
website. Click on that link right there. There you go.
Great.
Okay, so if whatever song they picked, let's say they did, yeah, Frozen, okay.
Great.
Yeah, so if they wanted to put this image into their Google slide,
Mhm.
right here, literally, they can go to their, what was that Google slide, right here?
So you're holding it down?
Yep, just holding it down and dragging it.
Hold down where?
Just hold
On the
down,
left?
like if we'll go back into the,
Hold
Frozen.
image.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
just kinda
Hold
click.
image. Uh-huh,
on it,
uh-huh,
and then you just drag it.
uh-huh.
That's the easiest way, other than having them
Save and copy.
save and,
Yeah,
insert it. They can just click on the
Okay.
image and drag it
Good.
into their project.
right, okay.
And I
You
find
probably
that's,
already know how to do that too.
yes, they do. I find that site is a lot better, and it filters out
Great.
anything
Yeah.
inappropriate. So that's the inserting images
Uh-huh.
part.
Okay.
And remember, that's on like that 4th slide where they put the theme and they can like add some. I mean, that's fine if they want to add it to the title too, to just add it throughout. And then the expectations for the classmates that are not presenting,
Right.
just having a copy of that tree
Mhm, mhm.
for them so that they can write down some of those keywords.
Right.
And, sometimes they need reminding that they can find different things. It doesn't have to be necessarily the
Yes,
same thing,
right.
as long as some of them are able to find with evidence,
With evidence, right, that's what I
yeah,
told them.
from the
Right.
songs.
Mhm.
So maybe too, while they're showing the lyrics, the kids could jot down some things
Right.
too.
Right, right, okay.
And then that would be just that number 8, part of that checklist, continually assessing the extent to which students are acting
Right.
consistently with expectations. That's that the people that are not presenting are doing what they're supposed to,
Mhm.
and the people that are presenting and working as a group are all behaving and all that.
Right, good. That's
So,
awesome.
This is, I shared this with you,
Right.
and I shared that with you.
Mhm.
And so if you want to change anything on there, you can go in there and edit it.
Okay,
And then if you just, so when you need to pick a time when you're going to do this lesson
Mhm.
with the class. So what were you thinking as far as time next week?
Probably next Friday, would that work?
Yeah?
Do you think that would be okay,
Yeah.
or do you need it before?
No, I know that next Thursday and Friday on the calendar, it listed some, we kind of have some free time in there that we could, you could do that and I could come
Okay,
in.
great, okay.
So that's the, let's see, that's the 7th and
Okay,
8th.
okay,
So if you need to change or anything, just
okay, okay.
let me know and I'll come in and see how it goes.
That's great, I think you thought of everything, it looks great, I think they'll
Okay.
really enjoy it, and the
You have any-
limitation on where they can go is very important for that class.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think it, with the steps, like, this is
Oh,
what
yeah.
you need on the first slide, second slide, you know, with it being a small group, sometimes they need a little bit of guidance there. Is there any other things you wanna know, any other questions
I don't
about
think
the
so, and like you said,
presentation?
it's here because they don't listen sometimes, and so, you know, we'll tell them and then they'll forget, so if they've got it right here, then in here, tells them exactly what they need to do.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay, all right, well, just let me know.
All right.